You've described this as kind of a modern-day biblical story, and it does feel really 21st century horror. And I just wondered, why you think this story works so well in the zeitgeist now, and what kind of modern fears that you wanted to tap into by making this film at this point.
So it kind of, if you think of religion as mythology, the mythology of aliens or the mythology of ghosts, that has interested me before. And I grew up in a very religious household, and I think of it as mythology. Mm-hmm. And what would it be like if a version of it was real? How would it manifest? Could it be funny and awkward and really dark and wait, could this actually be real? Can't be. These guys can't be real, can they? Or are they just crazy? Or have they just believed a conspiracy theory? It's fun dealing with the absurdity of what it would be like if it was real.
You've been working a lot with Knight recently on Servant, and then obviously this. And what do you enjoy about working with him?
Firstly, I've always been a huge fan. I love his work. I think his way of kind of tapping into people's fears and always surprising you is really unique. And yeah, I just love being on set with him. He's just such an easy, lovely guy. And we have this, over the years, you develop this kind of shorthand. I kind of know what he expects from me, and likewise, his notes are always so perfectly kind of thought out. And plus, he kind of has this vision of the whole show in his head. He storyboards everything, so it's everything so specific, and it's a really unique process, but it's great fun.
I found it interesting how obviously it's a gay couple at the heart of the story, and that propels the narrative, and that they think they're being preyed on in a homophobic attack, but it's not the story. And I just wonder why. Do you think it's important that there is this representation, but in a way that it kind of serves the storyline and it's not kind of ham-fisted?
I think it's progressive in that it's not what the film is about, and therefore it doesn't have to explain queerness or gayness to its audience or to its straight audience. It's just they are this loving family at the centre of the story. Yes, them being gay is integral to who they are as characters, but it's not what the film is centred on. And I think in that way it's real progress. It's real progress as well, I think, to have a single-sex parent family at the heart of a, major genre blockbuster backed by Universal. I think that is that's a real step in the right direction, and feels like it is rightfully kind of normalising that. So yeah, that was a great element to the film, I think.
For whatever reason, it just, most people ask me about this proclivity for putting things in one space, and this one, as much as any of the others, or more so. It just doesn't even occur to me that that's an issue. I don't know why. I just did a TV show for Apple called Servant. For 4 years, we never left the brownstone. And there's ways to make it feel huge. I guess for me, when I've watched movies when I was a kid and saw movies like The Exorcist, which predominantly takes place in a girl's bedroom. It felt like the biggest movie I'd ever seen, because the subjects they were talking about were so large, and because it was reduced down to something that I could relate to, a kid's bedroom, it felt real. So I was having a real vocabulary about something extraordinary.
It's weird, the cabin kind of becomes another character. It's a device that I think, also going back to the TV show, it's something we do there as well, where it kind of it's this one place, and it makes everything kind of, it amplifies all the drama, because it's claustrophobic, and it's kind of uncomfortable to be kind of in everyone's face. So it really does add something, and interestingly, you can kind of, it allows you to film chronologically. So kind of all the scenes were played out kind of as they are in the script. So it kind of gives it this real immersive kind of, it feels like you're doing a play a lot of the time. So that's really helpful.
It was intense. It was an intense film to make. I feel like the script is like a runaway bullet train, and the scenes, we were doing these long 5-7 page scenes, which is long for a film, and you'd get in that claustrophobic set, get tied to a chair, my heart would start racing, I'd start sweating, I'd start feeling the things that I was trying to play almost. And then sometimes, thank God we all really got on and we had such a laugh off of set and in between takes sometimes, because you just need to shake it off. It was, I've never done a horror film before, and I was scared of the script when I read it, and then I was scared when we were making it, and then I'm still scared.